Okay, this is just a continuation of the first video. And what we're using now, I contacted Loctite, and what they told me was in order to join any other material to copper, you can use the 680 Loctite. That's what they're saying. And this is only just for a test. This has nothing to do with actually being used on a unit. But for this purpose, the HVAC Super Pro was used on the bell end. That was the main thing I want to emphasize. But what I want to do is, these are some CO2 cartridges, they're steel, and I couldn't come up with a good end cap. Normally all I have is just like a small copper end cap. I didn't want to braze anything. I wanted to make this piece completely braze free, then have it tested to failure. So whether the connection here, where we crimped it, whether it fails, whether the soft copper is going to fail, the steel definitely probably isn't going to fail. So I'm going to say one of these two areas will fail. But all I'm really trying to prove is the strength of this crimp is actually really good. You wouldn't have to worry about it. But it'll be proven in the test later on. So what I'm going to do now is just assemble this. I'm going to double crimp the end here. That way it's going to be stronger than the single crimped area. So anyway, so here's the 680 Loctite. So we'll do this. So they recommend, sanding the area. And actually you could probably open the bottle and get a lot more out of there, but we're just going to put oodles and gobs on the end here. But I've joined other pieces with the Just for Copper Pro and the HVAC Super Pro, and actually put them in a press assembly, and they've held up really well. Okay, but it's a little sloppy here, but just bear with me. Okay, then once that we assemble it, I'm going to rotate the part anyway. Make sure that we have 100% coverage. And you can just cut the nozzle tip off and squeeze it. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to make sure I get all the way in there, all the way around. And you can take your time with this part. You don't have to be in a big hurry, because it only begins to harden in the absence of air. So, okay, we got a good coating on there. So what we're going to do, we're just going to give it a full twist, and then I'm going to do a double crimp. So we're going to go, and this actually has about 30 thousandths interference, as you can see. There's quite a bit of play in it. So we'll start here. Okay, we're going to crimp it. Okay, and that should be fine. So just double crimp that, and then we'll just let it cure. Okay, hope you like the video.